Chances are you've never seen a manufacturing facility in China. Chungnam Electronics claims to have one of the most advanced manufacturing facilities in the world, and it's dedicated to the production of RFID and other wireless location technologies for some of the industry's leading companies. Hi, I'm Lou Sirico, and in this edition of the RFID Network, we're on location in Shenzhen, China, for a behind-the-scenes look at the manufacture of RFID technology. Stay tuned. I'm with Jerry Garrett, CEO of Chungnam Electronics and Managing Director of CSL. Jerry, welcome to the RFID Network.
Lou, welcome to Shenzhen, China.
Well, thanks for having us. So, Jerry, tell us, what is so unique about this manufacturing facility?
In this facility, we design and manufacture multiple types of locating products. We can design and manufacture RFID, GPS, Wi-Fi, GSM, as well as acoustic products.
All of that in one facility. Can you take us through the manufacture of an RFID reader?
We'll be glad to show you.
Excellent. All right, well, let's go take a look. We're inside the largest anechoic chamber I have ever seen. And Jerry, what happens in here?
Well, Lou, after we design a product, the first stage of testing a prototype is to bring it in here and gauge its RF performance. And then when the product's finished, prior to certification, we pre-test it in here to meet agency approval levels anywhere in the world.
So the first and the last step in the whole manufacturing process of RFID equipment.
Yes, Lou.
Excellent.
In order to produce the finished circuit boards that go into an RFID reader, Chungnam Electronics uses the latest generation equipment for performing surface mount fine pitch component placement. The components used to produce circuit boards in high quantities are actually preloaded on reels like these. The assembly instructions are programmed into the system's onboard computer. These highly sophisticated computer programs instruct the machine on the exact location in which to place each component on the board. These machines you see here are used to produce RFID readers, active RFID tags, Wi-Fi 802.11 boards, RTLS systems and tags, as well as GPS and acoustic location devices. Once a board has been assembled, it then goes into the in-process quality control area.
We're in process quality control, and as you can tell from my styling new wardrobe, we are in a clean and controlled environment. So, Jerry, tell us, what happens here?
Well, Lou, after we put the fine pitch components down on this printed circuit board, and by the way, this is the motherboard for the CS101 reader. We have to optically inspect to make sure we have good contact across all solder joints. So what we're doing here is, this is the CS461 motherboard, and we're actually doing optical inspection of over 1,700 components.
Wow, that's a lot of components.
Now, because of the density of this board, we cannot possibly get all of these components inspected. Some of these components are extremely dense. For example, Lou, this particular integrated circuit has over 360 pins. That means there's 360 solder contacts. So the only way we can do that is with an X-ray machine. So let me go show you the next step in in-process quality control, where we use an X-ray machine.
Okay. So here we are at the X-ray inspection station. Jerry, tell us, what's going on here?
Lou, at the last inspection, we looked optically at the surface of the handheld control board. And we know there are over 500 components, and some of them have many integrated circuit pins. So what we've got to make sure is we've got good, smooth solder connection to all the pins. Otherwise, we won't get maximum RF performance. So what we're doing at the X-ray station is we're looking at the bottom of the integrated circuit, and we're looking at the pins to make sure we're going to get proper solder flow.
So this is graphically depicting how the solder contact looks on the bottom of that IC.
Right, so what we're seeing is a very, very smooth solder coverage. So again, we're going to get maximum RF performance out of this board.
Wow, I had no idea it was that sophisticated. So what happens after the stage?
Well, now we're going to go watch the assembly process of the 101 handheld.
Awesome.
Come with me, Lou.
So here we are in the manufacturing area of the facility. Jerry, tell us, what's going on here?
Well, Lou, earlier in the process we did a lot of testing for the RF unit. Now what we're doing is we're going to take the RF unit, marry it with the antenna, put it on the handheld in the lower casing, and then take the LCD display and the touchpad and put them all together. And in the meantime, while this is occurring on both parts, there's a lot of testing going on. See a lot of operators here. Some are wearing blue hats, some are wearing a white smock, but we also have people in yellow. Lou, the people in yellow are quality control inspectors. This is an ISO certified facility, so we're looking at ISO standard work operating instructions for each procedure. So that young lady is performing tests. Now, after we get this put together, what we do next, Lou, is we take it upstairs and we do a range test. We have another large anechoic chamber where we do a functional range test and we set it for whatever country we're shipping it to. When we finish that test, we then go to a 72-hour functional test room where every unit is fully operational and functioning for 72 hours in an RF screen room.
Wow. And every unit goes through that?
Every unit goes through it, and we also collect test data in our quality server. We have statistical process control procedure, and we have all the test data on each handheld.
Wow. I had no idea that much went through the process.
So when it comes out, now we've got a finished good. These are all in final pack out, ready to go out the door. This is this morning's production. So what we're looking at is another young lady in a yellow hat. Not only have we done all of our functional tests earlier for QC, she's again doing a QC inspection before it goes in the box. Because again, we want 100% inspection. And what does it look like? Lou, this is a final packed out CS101 handheld. It has all the accessories, the battery charger, the batteries, the handheld. It's all here.
And there it is. And this is the last step, and out the door it goes.
That's it.
Well, Jerry, thank you so much for showing us how RFID equipment is manufactured.
You're welcome, Lou.
Chungnam Electronics produces a high volume of RFID equipment for NATO, U.S., and global military logistics operations. CNE is high-tech certified by the government of China for advancements in RFID technology and is also ISO 9001 and QEC certified. If you would like more information on the products you've seen, please visit the CSL website or by clicking on the CSL logo next to this video. If you would like more information on having your products designed and manufactured, visit the CNE website or click on the CNE logo next to this video.
That wraps it up for this edition of the RFID Network. If you'd like more information on how RFID technology is manufactured, please visit us on the web at rfid.net. Thanks for watching.